Today on the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, we are discussing Agatha All Along Season 1, Episode 7, Death's Hand in Mine. All that and more right over to this.
Welcome to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. My name is Matthew Carroll.
And we are Become Death! I mean, I'm Jeff Randall.
And I'm Ashley Coffin. It's just working.
Ashley Coffin. Yeah.
Coughing. Ashley coughing.
Ashley coughing.
In her coffin.
So, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about episode 7. As soon as I saw the title, I was like, oh yeah.
It's time.
Death confirmed.
It's time for the big reveal.
Whew,
Good pacing with this show, man. That's what this show has very, I feel like we're getting everything we want from the episodes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like as I was watching this episode, my brain kept going, Matt's going to love that. Matt's going to love that. Matt's going to love that. Because, we all know Matt loves a time travel story.
I do. I love a time travel story. And this was just a novel one. I've never seen this done. I'm sure there's been something like this before, but it's not a common form of time travel where you just fill in the gaps in the story like this, bouncing back and forth, one character's point of view and seeing her out of time nature. That's just a cool idea, and they executed it incredibly well, and it led to all kinds of different drama. I loved when she got the sort of I was emotional for the rest of the episode after she talked to her teacher, and her teacher kind of gave her the advice that she needed, and she locked in. She's like, I am the mother of cups, and just locked in. Queen of Cups, thank you. She locked in, and from that point on, we had been hearing about this version of her that's more confident and knew what she was doing through the entire episode. They were like, now you're being weird and wispy again. You were so solid and you knew what you were doing, and she once she locked in, it was just so cool to see that change in her and the confidence step in, and she's just playing out all the scenes we had heard about already. That was really, really good. Really beautiful.
Queen Patty completely ruled this entire episode.
Absolutely. Hands down, just absolute monarchy on this episode. She
100%.
Deserved that crown she was wearing.
Yeah.
She said my thing. She said don't try to save Agatha. I was like, oh, she said the thing.
Yes, she did.
But it was confusing. It was fun though, confusing.
Yeah. I love that we got to fill in all those little things of just, the everything that was weird. Lydia's being weird again, but all those strange out of time phrases all just became absolutely perfect the whole way through. They even got me with one. In the first episode in the second episode. Yes? When was it the second episode? Was it the first episode? God.
The recruitment episode?
The recruitment episode. When Lydia and Jen first met up, and I thought she called her High Priestess, but no, she was saying a card. She was like, High Priestess.
Oh yeah, she's just been randomly saying card names.
Yeah, she's been randomly saying card names from this one tarot trial, but
that's beautiful.
I thought that she had called her high priestess. I'm like, why is she a high priestess? What does she know about her? Is she seeing her future?
I remember you talking about that and being like, what's high priestess about? Something that really got me this episode was just, I really I'm not a religious man, but I really like just kind of condensed knowledge of a person, of a religion or a person or whatever, and just condensing it down to its simplest thing. And I freaking love, it's getting me emotional, the idea when she sees her teacher's like, how long has it been? Centuries. She's like, that's a long time for you. And then she's like, well, are you connected to nature? And she's like, no. And she's like, are you nimble at your craft? And she's like, no.
Also,
and do you have a coven?
Also, no.
Yeah, and do you have a coven? And those three things, that's life. Are you connected with your nature? Or do you know who you are? Are you being mindful? Are you doing something you're proud of with your life? Are you nimble at your craft? And do you have a coven? Do you have people? That is so stripped down a perfect encapsulation
just burned all
of
the women for it.
Exactly. But and
you man had caught on earlier. No.
Yep.
No, but you're right. I'm sorry to make light of a very. No, you're up. It's all connected.
It's really beautiful.
All religions come down to this one thing at the end, and it's all inner, what you...
It's don't be a dick.
Yeah, you can be a little bit of a dick. But at the end,
No one's 100% a dick.
I don't know that I believe anybody's 100% a dick.
Oh, man. Yeah, I really, really loved that a ton. And it was that... And then her realizing that that's who she is and just decided to embrace the role of who she is, even though she knew it was leading to her death. Like she sees death and knows, and death says all roads lead to me. Like all these little things, all these little traveling you're doing through all of this is going to lead to me. And man, another thing that really got me, I'm sorry, I got really emotional during this episode. Another thing that really got me was this idea that she lives in this like out of time way. And then her death led right back to her sitting down at the table for the first time and saying, let's begin. It's like, oh man, that's so freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
At least it was a sweeter way to end it than, it
Yeah.
was a good ending.
Like as she was falling, I'm like, they're not
impale her on swords. I was like, come on, do it.
Swords. I mean, when the rest of the witches, when the Salem 7 fell and just bloody swords sticking out of all of them, I was like, oh shit, Disney, look at that.
I thought she was going to end up like the Ten of Swords.
Oh, just.
But then I remembered it was Disney.
I only counted 5 thuds, by the way. Like I tried, it was fast, but it was like thud. Like I did not count 7, so I'm really. I think the 7 that are gone,
they
but
split up.
I don't know.
They're now the
divide
Salem
and conquer.
2.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, no, they're now the Salem 2. Whew.
I did love that she was dressed like Glinda. Like they were.
She's a good witch.
Cute. Yeah.
She's the best witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. The costumes in this episode were amazing.
It did make me sad when she was like, I was like, no, Lilia, no. Oh, she's going to do it. Okay.
Lilia's ending herself.
There's a way to go out. It's like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is so hard to write one of these that is effective, and they did it so well here. Mm-hmm. This is one of my favorite things, is just like writing a really good sacrifice, and they knocked it out of the park. Her closing the thing and being like, I loved being a witch. Just closing that thing. Oh, so good.
And then she flipped the tower.
Oh
yeah,
it's cool.
Such a badass thing to do. And the way that like her little monologue beforehand, just to like draw them all in, like make sure I got everybody in here.
Yeah, Runway Paris Vogue night show. What are those? Where did they get their outfits? The Salem 7 were like dazzled. It looked like a Lady Gaga concert.
It might have been.
Rah, 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 rah.
Rah.
Oh, I loved Billy's costume. Loved it.
Oh, Maleficent. First of all, my favorite Disney character, while we're talking favorite Disney characters. She's like, you didn't invite me to your party. I don't even want to come to your shitty little baby shower. But because you didn't invite me, curse for life. That was it.
Curse for life.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. They didn't invite her to the party that she didn't want to go to. And curse for life. Love her.
Just want to be invited.
Love her. Maleficent.
Spiteful.
Listen, if the cheekbones for it.
Yeah. If the cheekbones fit.
Yeah.
Who was Jen supposed to be? They never.
Honestly,
some raggedy old.
It reminded me of Snow White, like Snow White switch, but just like with the like a mop yarn wig.
Yes, the only
totally.
Thing that's what it is.
Was the apple.
They're going for the crone hag style witch.
Yeah. But it might be something more specific that I'm not,
Because when they all come in, Lilia's really upset because she's the one that's been really upset about all the like stereotypes of witches and how they lead people to think certain things about them, and they're all a different kind of stereotype of witch: the good witch, the bad witch, the
spiteful
Maleficent,
witch.
the
Petty.
evil witch or whatever,
petty witch,
fabulous witch.
Yes, absolutely fabulous. And then I love that Jen. I kept expecting him to go back to it because she says, who are you? What are you dressed as? And she's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Really funny.
I love that Jen was just like, come on, we can be culturally offended later.
Yeah.
we got shit to do. Let's go.
Agatha looked fabulous in the green.
Yep.
Like we saw that one coming. I was like, okay, girl, you look good.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We knew.
Yeah.
We knew.
That green makeup has come a long way, I feel like. Like all these trailers for Wicked look great.
But it'll never top Gamora. Gamora had the perfect green. Like Gamora actually looked, at the end I was like, Zoe Saldana, you're not green? Get out of here. Because it just looks so, I think it's the way they blend it around her eyes. I don't know. It blends right down. Nobody can top that green for me.
Yeah. She's also got the little like lines on the skin too that give her like a little bit of definition.
Yeah. I watched The Terminal recently. I watched it again because it's, with Tom Hanks.
Where he's
it's leaving,
stuck in the airport?
Yep. It's leaving Netflix soon. So I had to watch it again. Just, get my fix.
Get your terminal fix.
Yeah. But Zoe Saldana's in there, and I was just like, is that Gamora?
Oh, weird.
Dude, she's in Crossroads with Britney Spears.
Weird.
Oh, man.
She has quite the career.
That is a long and storied career. Wow. Wow. Goodness. I mean, I just think of her like Avatar, Star Trek, and Marvel.
Columbiana. I like that movie. Bang, bang. Did you guys see Columbiana?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. She's just an assassin. No. Very sexy.
Okay, cool.
It's like Salt.
Okay.
Back to Agatha.
Sure.
Okay, so back to Agatha. We talked a lot about Lilia. We did get a little bit of the other characters, not much. We didn't get a lot because it was very focused, but we did get a lot at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Rio, man, I cannot believe they went so literal with that outfit when they finally revealed her as Death. Like she looks like Death, from the tarot card or from the comic book. Like just looks so good.
I love the like, it was kind of like her face was sort of in shadow, but we got that hint of like the skeletal, like the skull, just the jaw sitting there, open teeth, like, oh, so freaking cool.
And I think
so freaking cool.
Death is now the original Green Witch. So now we have the Scarlet Witch and the Green Witch. And instead of like different kinds of powers, we're like, let's go witch. And I'm like, yes, Marvel, collect all the stones. Let's do it all over again, but with witches.
Yep. Now we need colors of witches, but their colors do not align.
Billy.
The colors don't align with the. Well, do they? Well, no, they can't.
The Infinity Stones. Is that
with
what you're going for?
Stones. I was like, well,
let us in on your thought. You're like, do they? I don't know. The colors
sorry.
It's an audio medium. People
Agatha would be power, right?
Well, Agatha is power, sure. She's purple, and that fits for the Power Stone. Wanda's the Scarlet Witch. She bends reality. That's the Reality Stone.
Hers comes from that stone,
Billy is
too.
the Mind Stone, and he reads, mine isn't that blue. What's the blue one?
No, blue is the Space Stone.
Space Stone.
Ew.
Yeah, but didn't really necessarily hold
Green Witch, the Green Stone was the Time Stone. So like
she was introduced in the Time episode. We could really stretch this, but I don't think
time in a bottle. They played Time in a Bottle, just like they did in that X-Men movie with Evan Peters.
Oh, there you go.
And he showed up.
Just tying this all together.
The multiverse is real. Well, speaking of the Scarlet Witch, is she dead? Yes. No. Maybe.
Did she say I saw her body? I wanted to stop and rewind. I was like, what? But does she mean from her like vision?
Yeah, from her visions.
Well,
she's talking about her visions.
Which did you see a body?
Reality show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did anybody else?
So she saw it, but that's the interesting thing is she saw it and she saw that the Darkhold had been destroyed, which means she had some sort of vision outside of like just in her little story. Like she was sensing something from the real world, and I think she does know something, even though she doesn't know what she knows. I also like she's not my mom. Like it's just you're not my real mom.
Not my real mom. Very.
I have a mom.
Cable and Jean Grey.
Yeah.
The whole Madeline stuff. Like just
Yep. You're not mom. I have a mom.
Please, the second he sees her, he's gonna be like,
Mom. Well, but like he asked when he sat down, like, am I William or am I Billy?
Oh, she didn't answer. She was like,
oh, good question. And they didn't cover any of it.
She did. She called him Billy for the rest of the episode.
Well, she said you're the magician.
Right. No, I'm not saying she answered it for real, but that's what was so interesting about it. He asked her, and then she never calls him Teen or William again. The rest of the episode, she calls him Billy. So, like, in her mind, she believed he was Billy, even though, because it's a lot of times when she calls him that, it's bouncing through time. They're like, who's Billy? Like, they've never heard that name before, but she's bouncing around calling him Billy for the rest of the episode.
I like that.
When she first was talking to Jen, like, I'm trying to piece together the episode, like, chronologically.
It was very confusing.
Yeah, I can't.
This is a rewatch. That's why it's 36 minutes.
This is a re-edit and rewatch. Like, I'm going to need to, like, put it all in order.
Just download the episode and, like, I'll do this right, guys. You clearly missed it somewhere.
Someone in the editing room really went somewhere with this one. I don't know what they were doing. Creative license.
I love the quotes. I love the quotes on it. But she was saying the son of the Scarlet Witch threw us off the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no Wandas.
This was an interesting one for me. This is the there's always a problem in every time travel story. There's always some sort of flaw. No one ever told anyone that he was the Scarlet Witch's son. She hears it from Jen, then Jen hears it from her, which is in itself a loop that doesn't make any sense. Like, no one ever learned that piece of information. Jen tells it to her and says, "How do you know that?" And he said, "You told it to me." And then then it never shows her finding it out.
They fixed it though. They made it to where it's okay, but it kind of makes it worse.
In what way?
When they said, when she said the flow of time is an illusion. So she, like, experiences her life out of order. So there is no flow of time for her. So, like, somewhere along the way, she divined that.
Sure. Yeah. But she didn't know it in that moment. That's what was so... Yeah, she doesn't know it. Then Jen tells her. Then she immediately, like... in her time, 5 minutes later, tells Jen, and so it's a loop.
Maybe when the sigil comes off, she's just like, "Ah, shit, I know." That's what she did. They
had closure. They did have closure where they had a conversation about what she did to him.
She said, "I saw what would happen to you that night, and I saw who you would become.
Mm-hmm.
I saw what would happen to you." So maybe that's how she knows.
Maybe. I thought it was interesting. They very much use the sunken place. When she's falling, you know what I'm talking about, in Jordan Peele's movie.
Oh yeah, Get Out.
Yeah. That like the imagery of her falling through the black was very much like the sunken place.
I love a slow motion fall.
Yeah.
Well, and I liked everything about it. The house looked like Dracula's castle in Romania. Like, if you look that up, it looks very similar to that same kind of skyline.
Holding out for vampires.
Yeah. So it was also very Indiana Jones. I don't know. I really liked it.
Holding out for vampires. Don't hold your breath. We haven't talked about it on the show yet, but we talked about on Multiverse News. The Blade movie was taken off the schedule.
Yeah, because he's showing up in Agatha.
Oh, put it on the board.
he's a little bat flies in, and that's he's actually one of the 7. That's his familiar.
Oh God.
It's just been him the whole time. It's actually Blade all along.
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali comes in and does a song. It was Blade all along. It's just like, what? This seems like a weird tone to bring Blade into the MCU.
No, Mahershala Ali has a duet with Wesley Snipes.
I know.
So the multiverse Blade core is really the problem that we've been dealing with this whole thing. And Death is just an alternate version of Blade somehow.
It's because of the dagger.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
my gosh.
Goodness.
Should we turn and see what people are saying in the chat? We get a lot of people sending in some feedback here in the chat. Let's see. Dylan James says, the song played at the credits was the song they used for Evan Peters' Quicksilver, broke Magneto out of prison.
Yeah, they totally did that on purpose.
Yep. So you brought that up.
I didn't realize that.
I just said that like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Well, but I didn't know that they played that in that scene in the X-Men.
That's the best scene in all 6 of those X-Men movies.
She's
right. But it doesn't.
Right.
Like, just because you're the best, like, if you're at the top of the garbage can, you're still in the garbage can.
No. Listen, I am a trash panda, and that is why I exist on this network. To remind you about the bottom fruit.
Yeah.
The rotten fruit in the trash can. It's low hanging.
Michael Fassbender's in there.
Okay, Dylan James again. This is the type of episode that makes you need to rewatch the entire series to make the little connections so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta rewatch the whole series. You gotta download and re-edit some of the episodes so that they go chronologically.
Mm-hmm. I gotta say, I think this, talking about Marvel shows and like how they hit episodically, I think this might be one of the best Marvel shows for like
It's
episodic
really
television. There have been so many episodes that really were impactful. I mean, Alice's episode where she got rid of the curse was like so powerful, and learning what the song was about. Gonna get emotional again. Learning what the song is about, so good. Then she died immediately. But in that episode, the ending with Billy getting his crown, like, oh man, ooh, felt good. Just so many episodes have been so good. Once they're on the road, like the individual trials have been so revelatory of these characters, and Lilia's was no different. Lilia's was freaking amazing.
I even appreciate that teen, I'm not going to stop calling that Billy was like, where's Rio? And we're all like, yeah, where is Rio?
Yeah, where's Rio?
I liked it a lot because we've all been asking that question. It's something, I love that at the beginning of the episode. We know we're going to find out this episode because the title of the episode is whatever. It's Death Walk Beside Me or whatever.
Death's Hand in Mine.
Death's Hand in Mine. Which we've been saying that line from the song probably meant she was death even more. But I loved that he asked at the beginning, and she's like, I'm not answering that one, because it's like, oh yeah, they got to wait for the end of the episode for us to be revealed. Yeah. I wonder if she's not allowed to say who she is or something like that.
Don't know.
Part of
or
the
did Agatha bring her along to like, she's like, I'm going to kill all these witches, and there's going to be all these souls for you to take, so why don't you just like tag along? I feel like that was their little, you know.
Oh, you want some bodies? I'll get you some bodies.
I'll get you some bodies.
You know how the road likes to make bodies.
Tons of bodies.
How about when Billy said, like straight to Agatha's face, now I'm not even sure you've ever been on the road.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
right? What did she say? She said something else that he said, prove it. Like he doesn't trust her at all.
Yeah.
Oh, it was, she's based on me, you know. Like she was talking about
Maleficent.
I think she was talking about the
Green Witch.
Wicked Witch. Okay.
The Wicked Witch is based on her. Yeah. I tried to write that down, and my notes say ages based on me, you know. And I was like, what is that? What did that mean? What was I trying to write? Ages based on me, you know. Okay. But him saying prove it was so good. He just doesn't trust her at all anymore.
No. He's like, you didn't even walk this road.
Yeah.
Some wording that they used with him I thought was really interesting, to turn all his goals into a reality. And the sun reunion, like just the word of sun could be like sun or SON, like sun and reunion. And I'm like, what are you doing?
The sun is he's going to have a reunion with his family for sure.
And his reality.
The reality warping powers. I totally caught that too. Yep. I loved that.
100%. Oh my God.
David Cordero in the chat says, once the don't try to save Agatha scene happened, I whispered to myself, Ashley. Yeah. Good call. Love it.
Sometimes, once in a while, something is so crazy that it sounds right to me.
Sees the weave. Ashley is our divining witch. She's our divination.
It's not going to go well.
I think she's all of the witches.
Oh yeah, happy first day of Scorpio season, everybody. Woo.
Yep, I knew it. I knew it was coming.
It was coming. Well, tomorrow's my birthday.
Happy birthday. I was like,
happy birthday.
Her birthday is soon. I know this, so I'm going to say it. And then you said it, and I was like, that's pretty soon. I was right.
It's very close. It creeps upon us. It's a big one, and I'm not happy about it. So let's move on. No,
Ken's birthday is soon too, right?
Yes, the little baby's going to be 35 on Saturday. For 2 days apart. Yeah, very Scorpio household.
Everybody's just stabbing everybody in the back.
Okay, Riley Kent, who helps us out with our social media, said this episode was just Patty connecting as many purple strings as possible for us.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Riley's been making the Instagram posts, and she's been doing purple string theories after somebody said that in our feedback episode.
It makes sense. I'm so glad that Lilia helped my board. Like, she helped kind of clean up the board.
She tidied up for you.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, confirmed. Check. We can erase all of this crazy looking crap. It's good stuff.
Yeah. What do we have any big theories that have gone by the wayside? Rio working with Death was one. I remember that. Yeah.
Well,
Rio working with the teen.
Rio working with teen, and then Rio working with Mephisto.
Yeah, which I still think that's pretty likely.
I'm sure they're at least co-workers, right?
Yeah, they're colleagues. They pass each other by the water cooler. They work in the same building,
maybe not the same floor. Mephisto's on the top floor. She's like 2 down because Death's pretty important.
Right. Yeah. I don't know, in the pantheon of Marvel gods like this, or like underworld creatures, I don't know who Death reports to, or does Death report to anyone. She's the original Green Witch. I guess doesn't report to anyone. Jeff, you're shaking your head.
I don't know anything about
she
that.
She is the embodiment of the concept of death. So
and Thanos she's one of those, like, I love her.
Yeah, I love her.
It'd be really interesting to see if she ever mentions Thanos. Like, maybe they'll do like a retroactive, like, I was manipulating him the whole time sort of thing, Like, yeah. It'd be fun.
He gave me so many
lives.
But then bodies.
They took them away.
Yep. Dusted them. Miguel Martinez said, I don't know, do we think Lydia is dead? Is for dead? Lydia, I think he means Lilia, and do we think Lilia is dead? I do.
It was an epic way to go.
It was a perfect go. And left no loose strands, as it were.
She fell in like exactly the right pose.
Oh, let me tell you, if you're gonna die,
I know what's coming.
This is just stunningly beautiful.
Perfect Patti LuPone death pose there. Yeah.
I mean, she fell in such a way that, like, she snaked around all of the blades, just like, oops, what are the chances?
That'd be really funny.
Just like, I've been studying this moment my entire life. I know exactly how to turn.
I built myself one of those walls, like from that game, like Hole in the Wall. You know what I'm talking about? That
oh yeah.
The freaking, there's a game show called Hole in the Wall, and you have to like fit yourself through the hole in the wall. And she's been like training for this at home, like I gotta fit just like this. Just have to fall
Imagine exactly Ashley silhouettes cut into like sheetrock, and the sheetrock is just like coming at you, and you have to like align yourself in such a way that like you fit perfectly through it.
It's a very funny show. It's basically like it's like Wipeout or whatever, where people just constantly get smashed.
Is it moving quickly? Like, is it dangerous?
Yeah, quickly enough.
Okay.
Quickly enough.
And you have to be like,
Yeah, you have to like, sometimes you have to jump, sometimes you have to get just through the wall as it like passes you. Still a game show.
That's not for me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to some of these more feedbacks. David Cordero says, Lilia talking about how the flow of time is an illusion while the TVA is wherever they are, watching and saying, rude.
What is all that shit Loki's doing?
We worked really hard on the flow of time. It's not an illusion. It is very much a physical thing that we loom together here at the TVA. It is physical strands. Then they get woken up from their weird Scarlet Witch dream and realize their loom all along was like, I don't know, like a broken mirror. They literally
just have yarn, and they're just like,
they're just like, dang it, we were tricked again, just like Agatha.
Got him.
I don't know.
All along.
Miguel Martinez says, I think Wiccan is reading Agatha's mind. Ooh, interesting. He couldn't at the beginning of the episode, supposedly.
She was like, you'll get a nosebleed trying to do that.
Yeah, and for further evidence of that is back in WandaVision when they're sitting on the bed together. The reason Billy liked hanging out at her house was it's quiet here because he couldn't hear her thoughts. He heard everyone else's thoughts, but couldn't hear Agatha's for some reason.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's a really good. I love that.
It's a good pull.
Xander Braden says, $10. Catherine Hahn is in the new Wicked movie.
I don't know.
I don't know that she is, but
she should be. Yeah.
She should be in every movie.
Yeah, just a little cameo.
She's the new Bill Murray.
Yeah.
It would be cool to see her in a cameo, but it almost feels too on the nose. Like her dressing up as, is it Elphaba is the Green Witch, right? The Wicked Witch? Yeah. She's dressing up as Elphaba in this and like, seeing that or being in that would be really weird. This close together. It would be interesting if it was like a long, like she'd done it 20 years ago and they're like, hey, look at this nod to her.
Yeah.
Like, this is on the air at the same time they're filming or whatever.
She just did it. That's what we get.
Yeah.
They were like, we're actually going to save some money on this. We're just going to have her stay in costume and then come over to this set. And
is Wicked by Disney? Is it the same? Is it all Mother Mouse?
I don't think it is.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know, but I don't think it is. I'm not sure, though.
Okay.
Courtney O'Brien says, what did Lilia tell Agatha at the end there? Hit the deck. She said,
basically,
when she tells you...
When she calls you a coward.
That's it. When she calls you a coward, hit the deck.
Like duck.
Like duck.
Is what I thought, right?
Yeah.
Or like throw yourself on the ground.
Yeah. Unless there's a deck of cards, and then it's going to be we're going to get really confused.
Then it's like, go fish. Is that what you did? No.
2 episodes in a row, there's a deck of cards? Come on.
Yeah. No, that's jumping the shark.
That was last week's trial.
Oh, the fines.
Oh, man. Toya Johnson says, happy Scorpio season. My birthday is Monday. Hey.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
My niece's birthday is Monday.
Yeah. Lots of us. There's lots of us.
They're everywhere.
I didn't know she was a Scorpio. I didn't know that my niece that I adopted is. Yeah, now that I know she's like Ashley, all the annoyance really makes sense.
It's right. Yeah, we're all under the same moon, and I'm gonna send her some vibes to make it a little extra for you next month.
Oh man,
I keep seeing the same phrase thrown through chat. If you want a straight answer, go find a straight lady.
That was really good.
Such a good line.
That's a great line. Great line.
Teen said or Billy, he was like, I can't remember what it was. It was queer something, and it made me laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Are you the queerant?
Queerant?
Yeah.
Or the queerant, yeah. Are you the queerant? I'm the queerant.
I'm the queerant. It's like, okay.
Oh, you.
Yeah, you're so cute.
When Death was revealed, or when Rio was revealed to be Death, and he looks to Agatha and is like, is that true? She's like, what can I say? I like the bad boys.
Yeah.
That was such a good line.
I didn't catch that one. Oh, man, I can't wait to rewatch this. Oh, that's great. A-Sparks24 says, what do we think Jen's importance will be in the next episode?
Well, she's the last one left alive.
Mm-hmm. The High Priestess is a pretty powerful card, so.
Right. Yeah. Right. So she is the High Priestess according to the, that's the card she gave her. Yeah. So
with the art behind her looking like a halo.
And I think she very much like believed that part of the reason she was sacrificing herself was to save Jen. Like it seemed very much like she knew that. Because even though it's interesting, because even though we know her power works in this timey-wimey way, but she also apparently knows actual divination of the future because she knows the thing about Agatha needing to hit the deck, and she knows that Jen is important to the story. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Something she said about her when she was doing the cards, I can't remember. It was like the one who doesn't have her power now is the most powerful of all of us.
I don't know if she said that. I didn't know who
she was. It was something like that.
When she said the High Priestess, or when she dropped the card, she said something like, your power is hidden or not being used or something like that. And you're very powerful, but you're not using it or you're not able to access it or something like that. Let's see. So to answer Andre's question, I don't know. I don't know what she's going to do, but I think if I had to guess, she's going to die valiantly like all the other witches have done so far to get our main characters to the end of the road, which is kind of terrible. Like all the witches keep just dying in succession to get the people to the next step. We said it was
probably going to happen.
Yep, we did.
Yep.
But I hope not. I hope there's something more for Jen. Because I would like not all of them to die. Come on, Jen. You're the last survivor. We got Death, Wiccan, Agatha, which are like the primaries of the show. Like they're essential for what the story they're going to go on to tell. I mean, it's Agatha's show. The teen is the big like young Avengers guy we're introducing, and Death is this like character that's going to be spanning Marvel probably for a long time. could drop in anywhere. I'm so excited to get that confirmed because Aubrey Plaza is killer, and knowing that she can like kind of be Aubrey Plaza version or be the Death version. Like I cannot wait to see what she does in the MCU. But yeah, Jen's the only one that's sort of like not one of the principals at this point.
Yeah. She's the High Priestess. What was said about the High Priestess is immense spiritual power, unable or unwilling to use it.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff. Cedric Bowie says, I'm still convinced the witch's road is Billy's mental projection and isn't real. And like his mom, he doesn't realize he's doing it. I really think that theory holds a lot of water. You were on the feedback episode, Jeff. We talked about this a lot. Apparently, a bunch of the artifacts we have seen in all of the trials so far were in Billy's room, which is a really interesting thing they did. Like literally, like set decoration. Like they had the exact same string lights, little triangular string lights on his window.
The Wizard of Oz stuff.
Yeah, and then in the records that were hanging up, one of those records was in his room.
He was playing the Witcher's Road.
Yes, he was. So you can imagine if this is all Billy's mind.
Holy shit.
And he met every single character before he went on the road. Mm-hmm. Jen was on the YouTube video. Alice was the police officer that found him when he died. I'm trying to remember all of them.
Mrs. Hart stopped him when he was running out of Agatha's house.
That's right.
She called him a hooligan.
Lilia met him at his bar mitzvah. So, like, everyone he met everyone. So it's very possible that whatever he's doing is similar to what Wanda did, is unintentionally putting them all into some sort of fake witch's road. The
only thing is the Salem 7. They're the only thing that throws, for me, a little wrench in that, because I also agree that that's probably, like, I'm like 90% maybe that could happen. But the Salem 7, I'm like, how are they getting in there then? Or is he making them all up too? But they're known. It's not like a, Well,
they could be made up, or like literally everyone except Agatha could be made up. Like all of the witches could be just things from his memory he's pulling in and creating their characters in full.
Killing everyone. Go dark, Disney.
Maybe when he did that spell, he was actually just like taking over Wanda's spell, and then he sent her down the road in this like weird way. Or they're all real, but kind of like, Wanda created the Hex, but it wasn't part of her plan for all those sword people to like get in. Monica Rambeau, for instance, like got in. Could be similar to that. Like he's created the Witch's Road
for Agatha to show up,
right? Or and it wasn't part of. If this is Billy's unconscious plan, it's possible that the Salem 7 weren't part of it, and they are actually on the road chasing them. I don't know. It's an interesting theory, but I don't know.
Matthew Nace brings up a good point in chat. Billy did not meet Lilia.
Right.
William
did.
Right.
And he doesn't remember anything from when he was William.
That's true. That is true. Miguel Martinez says, did Agatha confirm she's queer with the straight answer line? Straight answers from a straight lady. I don't know. I think so. I feel like it's been pretty clear.
It's been pretty clear since the second episode.
She's been very queer coded, especially with death. So like I think it's very likely, and I think that line is definitely just another one of them.
Yeah, my heart is black and it beats for you. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Licking the palm.
Licking some bloods and stuff. Well, that was real.
Licking some bloods and stuff.
That's Rio being Rio.
See, TV and Movie Guy says, this episode reminded me of the movie Arrival, similar story structure of out-of-sequence life. That's a good call. That's a good touchstone for this. Or have y'all seen Arrival?
I have not seen Arrival.
Yeah, it has some shifty time stuff where she like remembers things out of order because of the way she's met these aliens who live out of time. It's a good movie. Toya Johnson says, Lilia told Jen that she is the path ahead.
Yeah, the High Priestess was the path ahead.
To death, so she's still going to die. Sorry.
It all comes back to death.
Xander Braden says, we saw Lilia return to her first lesson and the hourglass reverse as she falls. I think she got to go back and live her life linearly at peace.
Yeah, that's what I got from the ending.
I didn't get that she got to live it linearly necessarily, but I got the idea that like because of the way she's out of time, it's sort of like death is the beginning of life, is the death. Like it's a loop she's in.
It's
kind
that
of thing.
Smashing Pumpkins song. The end is the beginning is the end. Or whatever.
Yeah, from Batman Forever.
Yeah,
The Batman Forever soundtrack.
What?
That was not
Joel
that
Schumacher.
was not the song that I took from the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Which I knew that soundtrack really well. Which one was
Me
it?
too.
It's obviously "Kiss by a Rose."
Kiss by a Rose is good.
Hold Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me, Thrill Me by U2.
Oh yeah, Hold Me,
Okay.
Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me is
That
really good.
album is a banger.
It is a banger. It is absolutely. I think that is like the height of movie tie-in like albums. Like Andrew McCree says, my theory. Ooh, here we go. Red string or purple strings. Here we go. Agatha makes a sacrifice and saves Wiccan. He thinks she's dead, but then reads her mind to realize she's alive. She becomes his mentor. Then she helps to mentor the young Avengers. It'd be a nice like twist on the comics where she's a lot of different people's nanny or whatever.
Yeah, as long as she stays being horrible to them, I'm fine with it. I don't want like a hero turn for her completely. I just don't. We won't love her as much.
Yeah, I was like, all of that sounds great except for the hero turn for Agatha. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have to be like, just let her just be an asshole still. That's fine.
Yeah.
But she can
She
watch
can
all
be
the
an
kids.
asshole.
But as long as she's like, Pancho, or you know what I mean, every time
Oh my god.
kids run by.
That's her punishment is having to mentor the kids. Like she can still be an asshole, but like her punishment for just being an asshole for the rest of her life.
Deal with the kids.
Yeah, she just has to deal with the young Avengers, especially channeling Kamala Khan.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would love to
wow.
see Catherine Hahn and Kamala Khan dealing. That'd be great. we joke, and I think it's a fun idea, but like it would be a great resolution to her character because she never got to raise her child. And I think, there was some line in this episode, and I'm not remembering it right now, but there was some line about Agatha, and it said when she was flipping the cards, and maybe when she was reading Agatha, I think, or like doing a reading on Agatha, she flips one of the cards and says something about a tragedy and grief.
Something. Yeah.
Was that when Teen tried to do the read on her?
No, I think it was when Lilia started with her and the swords are still falling, and then she realized, I'm the one. I live out of time. Like, I'm the one who needs to read myself.
She was doing the reading on Teen first.
Oh.
Because he was the querent.
Gotcha. I think it was maybe like the path behind or something. Like she looks at Agatha and says...
She was kind of reading everybody's card things again. Like, each one of them has kind of had their own card. Like, Teen is the tower. Yeah. This is the thing. You know, Agatha was the Three of Swords. So everybody had their own little, I feel like, card. Like, she would say that out. So wasn't that what she was putting on the table? And then she's like, no, this deck is wrong. This isn't me. It's all of you.
Heartbreak, sorrow, grief is what she said about the Three of Swords.
Okay. Heartbreak. Yeah, that's it. So, and that's interesting because like, that's not the Agatha. We've all been saying it this whole season that Agatha sort of covers all of the pain she's in with this like attitude she has. And so I really like the idea that that. It like, she looked right at her and said those three things.
The big cry is coming. She's definitely going to have a breakdown at some point. That's building. It's coming. Well, we only have 2 episodes, so it's definitely coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm interested because this episode was a beautiful ending to this episode. Like it just, and the penultimate episode, the second to last, is often the one that we have the most theories about. Like it's the one that like normally when we do these shows, when we cover these shows, the second to last episode is the one we get like 5,000 emails about because they end on some sort of cool cliffhanger and then the finale comes, you know, and that's the resolution. Yep. It's interesting that the last 2, this did not have a big cliffhanger, and it's the final week where we have this chance to speculate. So I'm worried that we're going to get a big cliffhanger, but we're not going to have the week to have fun with it, you know?
I mean, I get ending it before Halloween to stay on vibe, but
me too.
I wouldn't have minded 2 more weeks, you know? So we could have the time, not just for my sleep,
Yeah, I was like, you wouldn't have minded getting to go to bed an hour earlier next week.
Oh, I know. That's what I said to Matt when I jumped on. I saw 35 minutes and I went, yes. Yes.
Ashley has a job. She has to be up at 4 a.m. So it's
nothing personal, Agatha, but you chose to be on at 9.
What are you talking about? It's 6 p.m. West Coast, best coast.
All right, jumping into a few more of these.
Speaking
Dylan
of.
James says 3 witches left. Maiden, birth, youth, growth. I don't know what this means. Ashley, can you help me out?
No, it's maiden, mother, crone. I don't know what that means.
Well, I think
he means the maiden means birth, youth, and growth. But 3 witches left. I just don't know what it means. The whole feedback. So
a couple of messages down. He followed up with mother, fertility, power, ripeness, and crone, wisdom, repose, death.
Wisdom, repose, death. What was the second one? Sorry. Mother, fertility, power, ripeness. Yep. Okay, interesting. So I feel like of those 3, we have, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who lines up with those.
Yeah, because Agatha has a child, but would you put her into the mother?
I wouldn't. No. I think of the 3, she's the most clearly the crone or whatever. I think. But I think like the idea of the maiden being Billy, where it being birth, youth, and growth, like that makes sense. And the mother being fertility, power, and ripeness. Now, they did talk about how powerful Jen could be. So like maybe that's it. Anthony Ruiz says Lilia might show up at the end of the series in control of her power and confident. She flips the tower card and they showed the hourglass flip like she reset and is young again. I think that was all metaphorical, but yeah, like it is really nice. I don't think they're going to show her doing the hole in the wall game with the swords. I think that wouldn't work.
That'd be real silly. It kind of reminds me of that Jared Leto movie, Mr. Nobody, where he like sees the future of each decision or each choice that he makes and like lives through those lives, and then goes back to the beginning to make a choice. He's like, yeah, that one's the one I want to do.
I don't know that movie. That's cool.
It's a real good one.
Not Pratt says, I think the whole story is happening, but we might still get the Wizard of Oz moment where Billy wakes up around his family like Dorothy. Ooh, that's a good call. and you were there, and you were there. And yeah, that's a good call. Not Pratt also says Agatha could show up in Fantastic Four as Franklin Richards' nanny. In the alternate universe. That would be rad.
That would be so great.
Be really rad.
Just keep her on payroll. Keep Catherine Hunt on payroll. She would fit perfectly into that 1960s world. We already know that. Yeah,
she's already like keep her in black and white while the rest of the Fantastic Four is in color. She does so great in black and white.
Yeah, I love the idea of Fantastic Four. I'm so pumped. We were talking about it on Multiverse News yesterday. The fact that we have in February we have Brave New World, and then in March we have we have Daredevil coming out. So and that will lead directly into May, where we get Thunderbolts. So like starting from March to May next year is going to be amazing MCU time. I'm so pumped for it.
Well paced out, too. I'm like, okay, Marvel. Just trying to figure it out.
I think so, too.
After all this time.
As much as I would love another show between there, we might get a cartoon or something to cover, which would be fun. But I do think the spacing it out like that is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is all the feedback we have in the chat. And I think we got to let Ashley go to sleep. So
yeah,
I do. I hit this it only hit me like 5 minutes ago. I was like, I'm just gonna put my arm up. We got this.
I saw you run into the wall.
Yeah.
See, I gotta get my birthday beauty sleep.
Got to. Well, happy birthday. It's really close. It's like 2 hours away.
Yeah. It's an hour and 15 minutes in my area.
That's right. So close.
Be sure to play the Grandmaster's
Oh yeah, that'll be my alarm in the morning.
Nice.
That'll get me up at 4. That's why I was laughing with Ken, and I was like, if a vampire came up to me now, I would be like, just kill me. I'm not going to live the rest of my life at this age. You just take me now.
Do it.
Where were you 15 years ago?
You want me to live eternally with these knees?
Yeah.
No.
With this, I have to dye my hair forever? It's too late.
All right, guys. Well, we'll be back later this week with more MCU Cast. If you want to send in feedback, mcucast@gmail.com. Make sure to keep them short if you can. We got a lot coming in, so we'll have a lot to cover on Monday when we record. So send those in, mcucast@gmail.com. And you want to tell the people anything else you guys are doing this week?
Yeah, you can catch us at Bill and Ash's Terror Theater. We have Halloween recommendations coming up. And then for the 40th anniversary of A Nightmare on Elm Street, that will be coming out probably the first week or second week of November, right in junction with the anniversary. So yeah, if you like A Nightmare on Elm Street, we're covering it soon.
Nice.
Great.
I've been waiting for this one.
That's awesome. Well, we're over on Always Watching. We're covering The Penguin. Really excited for that. And Multiverse News every week. We just did a New York City Comic-Con episode where we did a lot of fun stuff. Just a lot of news and a lot of just exciting things. Spider-Man 4 stuff and Daredevil stuff and yeah, fun stuff. So Multiverse News, check that out.
Hey, speaking of Multiverse News and the people on it, Jay Scotty and I and Zuhair Ali are on Animation Deliberation over these few weeks covering the 3rd season of The Legend of Vox Machina, which has been so good. So freaking good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've been hearing good things.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's
a show on Amazon Prime.
I know. The only time I've heard about it is at the end of every one of these things. So
yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back soon with more MCU Cast. Peace.
Until next time, true believers.
Bye, spooky.
Hey, you just listened to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast from Stranded Panda. I really hope you liked it. Let me just say a big thank you to all of our supporters on patreon.com/MCUcast. You are the lifeblood of our little operation here, and a huge thank you to our insanely generous Illuminati tier patrons, Walter Kreisky III, Lieutenant Bongo, and Jazz Viz. You guys are amazing. If you'd like to see our beautiful faces, you can catch a video version of many of our episodes at youtube.com/strandedpanda. Love you 3000, my friends.